Sectadi Catholic TV, divinely inspired, fully Catholic.
Yeah, hello viewers. This morning we are at the Catholic Special School at Fijai, where we are coming to interact with the school children to find out what they do here and how they can get children to come here to learn so as to better their lives in the future. Follow us as we journey along.
On the 20th February 2019, Sectadi Catholic TV paid visit to the Catholic Vocational School at Fijai. This school was established in the year 2003 by the late Most Reverend John Martin Dakon, then Bishop of Secondary Takrady Diocese. The motive behind the establishment of this school was to help keep children with special needs from the street. This school have a population of 118 students, made up of 47 females and 71 males, with only 8 teaching staffs. They have 4 departments, which include shoemaking department, doormat making department, tie and dye, and animal husbandry department, which was currently introduced by the headmistress of the school.
Yon dikaya mo frama bia bibinti omuntumi ensua de papa amusuntumi te da academic work no omuntumi ne bebre enti ehun se aduma omo betumi e de amom ha mo asua a omo wi adache omo betumi e de living independence life no enti adwenya ne ehun se no yemfa agriculture, especially poultry farm na rabbit po de fi se asa ne yemfa kan fi se sa mo enum de no kwani omunya no risk pi nim na bebia obetumi anyen na webdes no apprenti bebetumi after school parent bebetumi aboa ma abafa no waye bi nti na school no by the help of Dr. Boaten.
Oh, okay.
Dr. Boaten na nyame adon be see saa de ma ye na odin kokko ba mu a ye de ma ye de chacha nkwara na na butayo siri say omu wie school a on betumi anya adwuma aye wom on de on cha dan sika kese bia no mpo yompa school na ni be di akire yo mpinifo betumi adi akire aboa ma mo so tumi a establish wo mo won kokko na port farm bibia sa no na ade aye na no pan say emo fa no ma de ye o ma di sua ye den nti ayen say dare routine na no pa bia ye gade wo mo na ye hwe mo prepra ye ma kokko na aduane say mo oye kakrampa anka ye betumi a machine do na ye de ma no bi vitamins no ma da bia ye de ma mo a ye wo charter e foro na pa bi ye hwe na mo aduane de say mama edo no na de edo no ye de amomo
am na mechira mo from man bead making the fan bead making so ye kwana ye the beads ye de ye nzama sort to bebre ebinyi da ye bangles ye chain ye asmade ye key holder ye bibiti the brooch ana fascinate able to meda abo waterum ana edi abo wutrim ye sounds ye kuku nzamba bebre ye pass na no nkaka ho ye nzama bebre na ye bat bebre so na wato nti kakra motu makada mechira mo from ma waye anane
ya botu no wana nkasa wotum waye da badia obotum waye
normally menyi wan ya but odu there ye secure ne end na na me esum nti wana na wosina bibia me ye
na non twane no so already marketer
non twane no mom oye normally ye de bi ko church na ade ibi so ye programs na ade a ibi oye mako na awofo no waba otuto bi ma hon ma wodoko
but it time then you used to shedder na calico na ye de ye at times no yes switcher and ye stamping na times so ye tying on ye fa na de rifia na ye da chiche njo na ebe ya ehu da me che ho ma wa chichiri nti ono so mpo change ebi na ori chichiri
how na chichira
kasa
which is how na chichira amba chichira ko na me Farafia na chichira ko na me
chichini
chichira bio
na chichira bio tino eye ya wona edu yembo akesa ye hia yin den eye na kaliko na ye ne hu ye dzene ma hen ye nya sika ye nti ye nya aboafo a won brain bi na ye kaliko na you know atofo na the items no ka ho ni nyina no ye hia de obi beba aboboa hen na yetumi de akyerɛ hɔn yi because ɔyɛ once a while na wɔn ma wɔn hu ne ntɛntɛm de bia yi mu wɔn ade kyerɛ ne de bia continuous
ade kra pɛ dem bi sɛ ne bɔfra me sɛ kyerɛ hɔn adze wi a owie school wɔkɔ a hɔn ankasa ɔde a own obutum wa yɛ
with their own won't today you do attach you the one attachment today you be a boy in shopper now you the one a man until the end of the month no kakra bi ebenya no e dey support na kyerɛ dɔ no so wɔn akoten won to me yɛ nti only be of a guide when until at the end of the day
actually oh okay maybe I have the other our brother Naomi okay now Mercy. Why are you not so brother? Mommy. Okay, it's a kumsin. Why are the other?
I had win now, was son of next class. So about Shasana was start. First time, ever question consider. I mean, whose son will be a move to my so don't matter, I do cheap crowd be able to my to one side to one oil problem. Just study you son in one walk next class, not a walk or fire, I would to my baby.
To be a school ha or those
doormat first.
Okay.
Start to answer our call.
Okay.
Hey, chair back say I'm race.
Okay. See, more from one another one extra another way.
But sure, but even more when you want to way. Until him they want to obey.
More says one hour obey.
Poche.
Vicky, yeah. Aba. Okay. See. Odi bosoma ahe ana mfia ahe na wona nkasa wutu waye damo ambo
no depend na frɛ bia the way a ne ability dey oti e be pick and tam even so oche okay but no you know dey one chair bebre wondru afimpo no we he but see the one we twetwe one so na obefeel na wapam na no
okay nti wo wi a sunu waye na wotɔ na na da wo use no school a
mpocho yotan
what have done?
Programs no go for baha auto anniversary play bebre mo what eh some go for best na what to be.
The school have 3 major challenges, and these include the fencing wall of the school, lack of classroom blocks, and the dining hall. The diocesan health director, Reverend Father Eric Eliason, and Madam Rose Margaret Kofi will now help us to understand and appreciate the need for us to help children with special abilities.
So, Father, can you help us to understand? When you talk about special education, what does it entail?
Thank you, Father. We are looking at the design of teaching and learning strategies for individuals with disabilities and learning difficulties. Definitely, we all realize that in this world, not all of us are the same. While some students can easily sit in the other normal classrooms and learn and study, others cannot. For instance, somebody who is blind or physically visually impaired cannot sit in the same classroom with in a normal school system. Somebody with a hearing impairment cannot sit in the same classroom with any other children. So these ones with learning and disabilities are trained or educated in a school, and such a school we call the special schools. So special education is about designing strategies for people with disabilities and learning difficulties.
So, Father, before Madam comes in, help us to understand how many categories of these children do we have?
Thank you, Father. Talk about categories, there are a lot of them. But we have various disabilities, we have various learning difficulties. For instance, a child with autism can be classified as a child who needs special education. A child with multiple disabilities is a child that needs special education. A child with visual impairment will need such an education. Okay. A child with a learning disability will need special education. Okay. And one thing people don't look at is people with intense emotional disturbances. Okay. They also need special education. So we have a whole lot of conditions that warrant special education. Okay. And if you look at the Individual with Disabilities Act, it lists all these things. Okay. And I think I have the list. Let me go around the list for you.
Yeah.
They talk about autism. They talk of deaf blindness, deafness, developmental delay, emotional disturbances, hearing impairment, intellectual disability, multiple disabilities, orthopedic impairment, specific learning disabilities, speech or language impairment, traumatic brain injury. Then we have visual impairment, including blindness. Okay. So all children that fall within this category will need special education.
Okay.
Sure.
All right. Thank you very much for that. So, Madam Rose, what goes on in your school?
Thank you, Father. My school is also a special school, as Father is saying. I also have different categories,
okay,
even though they are intellectually disabled.
Okay.
But they have other multiple handicaps in addition.
Okay.
What we do there is to give the children some skills, so that maybe in future when the parents are not there, they can also do something on their own.
Okay.
Some of the activities they do there is batik tie and dye, doormat making, there's leather work, and they do some shoes and sandals. We also into beads making and sewing. After the sewing, we are into just a little that they can, when their attire is torn, they can sew it, and so we are doing a little tacking and hemming. And we also have other co-curriculum activities like there's a painting. When you came there, you saw. It's a new skill that, by God's grace, we have given it to the children so that in future we can transition the children, because we have to graduate some of them. And since the school started, we have only 3 students who are working there. So I thought it wise that I have to get some skill whereby the children can learn, and then at least after that they can have some certificate to show that they have some skill. And they can help people to do it in future. So they are doing painting. And another skill area that I've also is the poultry. We are into animal husbandry, and then some farming. We have planted some pineapple and other. These are some of the things that we do there.
Madam, when we came to your school today, I realized that the motto of the school is help us to help ourselves. What informed that motto?
Thank you, Father. Help us to help ourselves. You know our children, they are weak. They can't do things on their own to the perfection. Someone should help. Someone should help them, so that they can also help themselves. Because if you don't help them, they cannot help themselves. Left to them, they can't do anything to perfection. And they will do it haphazardly. So someone must automatically help them to help them themselves, so that future they will be useful
to the society.
To
So what Madam is saying, that their motto, help us to help ourselves, basically means help us, so that even though you have these special challenges, we are still useful to the society. That is to say, help us to make us useful to the society. Madam, your school is called Catholic Special School.
Yes, Father.
Why the name Catholic Special School? What is the role of the diocese in the setting up of the school?
The school was established by our one late Bishop Martin Dakum of blessed memory in 2003. The purpose of setting up the school was this bishop had a vision that the children, when they finish Twin City, you see them roaming about in the street. They are doing anything, people are beating them. So he had the vision that let me gather these children and then give them some skills so that they will be useful in future. That is why it's called Catholic Special Education, because at that time the bishop was at secondary Takradi, the Catholic bishop secondary Takradi established that school.
Okay.
And he gave the name Catholic Special Vocational School.
Oh, okay.
That's
Okay. So, madam, who qualifies to be at Catholic Special Vocational School? Is there any age limit?
Yes, we have age limit. It's from 16 upwards.
Okay.
Because they are youth, they need to learn some skills.
Okay.
And when we see the person who maybe we look at the structure, if he's well built, and even 12 years or 14 years, you can take that person and train her or him.
Okay. And how long does the training take?
It takes 4 years. According to the GES, it said 4 years. But 4 years, we are saying that's not enough for us.
Okay.
So they will be there more than 4 years. Some have been there since the school started.
Wow.
Yeah. And 3 of them are working in the school.
Okay. Okay. Madam, I would like Father to come in to help us to understand some of the causes of this situation. I mean, children with this special disability.
Yeah, thank you very much, Father. For the causes of disabilities, some can be perinatal.
Okay.
Some are postnatal.
Okay.
Neonatal is even prenatal, perinatal and postnatal. Prenatal is even before the mother got pregnant. Prenatal during birth, and postnatal after birth.
Okay.
Okay. Some can be genetic. Okay. And some of them, you have psychological things in there. But one thing that which is so clear in our culture, sometimes you give birth to babies and we start throwing the babies like this. We start throwing the babies like that. We start throwing the babies away like that. So when these things happen, okay, the baby can have what you call traumatic brain injury. Okay, so in our culture, you have to talk to people who give birth and they start throwing the baby will laughing and they are happy. People like this can have traumatic brain injury and they can have other complications. For instance, also, we knock children. At tender age, you start knocking these children. My brother, they can have brain injuries. And the force on the brain is so delicate, and this can have brain injury. There can be other diseases that can lead to some of these things. Down syndrome can be caused by we call trisomy 21. It is a chromosome condition. Okay. If you look at the learning disabilities, okay, there are a whole lot of them, but we're not aware of these things. So I hope you find another time for me to go into this one into detail. But for now, I want to say that when a woman is even pregnant, okay, during the pregnancy, that's why women should be treated like queens. But unfortunately in Ghana, women labor even when they are pregnant. Pregnant women, they go through a lot. Even stress can let the child be affected.
Oh, okay.
Anything that happens to a mother can have an adverse effect on the child.
Oh, okay.
So I think husbands and society must respect pregnant women.
Okay.
Okay, when they are pregnant, we should not subject them to stress and unnecessary things. Okay. You see that sometimes children are born with marks on their body and all those things. It's what their parents will go through. Some parents too, women too, when they're pregnant, they take heavy alcohol. Alcohol in pregnancy can damage these children.
Okay.
They come out and they have a lot of disabilities. Sometimes syphilis can also cause these things. Okay. Okay, syphilis and other sexual disabilities can also cause these things. So for the conditions, there are a lot of them. I wish we have time to go into them one after the other. Okay. Because this is not for the purpose, but for me, there are multiple causes. Okay. But if you have the time, I will take you through this in another program. Okay. But I want to hammer on the fact that when people are pregnant, we should know how to treat them. And when we give birth to children, we should know how to treat them.
Okay. All right, madam. The children in your school, where do you get them from?
The children in my school?
Yeah.
In fact, sometimes we do some educational awareness on these children, the special children. Okay. We go to churches. Okay. When we go, we just tell the congregation about what these children are. And some come from the church. Okay. Others too, we go to the FM stations. we also create awareness, and then they also some bring them.
Okay.
So from the society,
okay,
when they hear the FM that we are talking about outside this secondary Takrali too, they also bring them.
So if someone listening to us has a child with a special ability or disability, can a person just walk to the school and present the child to you? What is the procedure?
Well, when the person comes, we give the person an admission form.
Okay.
And if the person wants the child to be a boarder, we give a prospectus for the person to go and buy all the things that the child needs. But if it's a day, we just say it's the school uniform that we have to sew for the person, so we will do it.
Okay. Is there any financial commitment on the part of the parent when the children come to the school?
Yes.
Okay, what is it? Could you elaborate further?
It's about the things that they have to give to. You see, imagine that your child is going to a boarding school.
Okay.
If the child is a normal child and he's going to a boarding school, at least you buy some provisions for the child.
Okay.
You provide the school uniform and all those things, they will give it to you to buy. So it's the same thing in our case. Except that the child is going to be a day, that one it's only the uniform that the child in. But if he or she is coming as a boarder, the parent has to provide.
Okay.
Even the bed, the parent has to provide.
Okay.
Thank you.
Madam, what is the total population of the school?
The total population now is 112 students.
112 students. Wow.
Yes, we have 67 males and 45 females.
Wow.
Yes.
100.
When I came, there were sisters, but now, by God's grace,
everyone has gone high.
Yeah.
And how many teachers are taking care of them?
The teachers are 8.
8 teachers?
Only 8 teachers.
Wow.
We have the non-teachers for that.
Okay.
But
I'm talking about the teaching staff here.
Teaching their age.
Oh, okay. Okay. And what are some of the challenges your school is facing?
Thank you, Father. In fact, our school, we have so many challenges.
Mention the most, the person one.
I will do that.
Yes.
But let me just say, numerous, uncountable.
That's interesting.
But the most pressing one, there are 3.
Okay.
At the dining that we have started,
okay,
the second lady gives us, and we have started the foundation.
Okay. You mean the dining hall?
The dining hall.
Okay.
And the walling.
Okay.
Walling of the school. The children can run away anytime.
Okay.
People just pop in anytime that they want.
Okay.
And then we also need a classroom. We have only 2 classrooms.
7 the 118 children.
7. And we are lucky that every time not all of them come. They see.
Is that lucky?
Yeah, you are lucky. This is what I would say.
Okay.
Because if
all
they all need to come, in fact, they will pressure. Very, very.
So
pressure.
your basic needs for now?
For now, it's a classroom, the dining hall, because
the wall of the school.
The wall of the school, because if the dining hall, you saw the children are eating at the administration block, and that administration block part is also using as a classroom. And I'm also occupying one corner
as your office. Okay. So, madam, if you have the chance to appeal to individuals out there, people who are watching us, to come and help the Catholic Special Vocational School at Fijai, what would be that one message that you give to them?
Thank you, Father. My message to the outside world who are listening to us this morning, I'm speaking from Catholic Special Vocational School. We want the society to know that these children are not useless. When you train them, they will be useful, and they will not roam in the streets and harassing people. So they are useful, so they should bring them to school to be trained so that they will be useful to the society. And we also want the society to help the school with our numerous needs that we have. I've mentioned the 3 major, the walling, and then the classroom, and then the dining hall. They should come and help us to put up a befitting one for these children, because they are also
human beings. You can be one of them, I can be one of them, so they should rise and come and help us. Thank you.
Okay. So, Father, any final message?
Thank you, Father. For me, I think I take a phrase from Madam that this is not useless. Disability is not inability. It's never the same. Yes. And today, you may be whole, but tomorrow you will be disabled. So, we don't have one person who call it this person suffering disability. At any time, if you're involved in an accident, you can have your leg can be amputated or something, and you are also disabled. So for me, let's see them as human beings. It's about attitude. Attitude. We really have some of these children, even in our normal education system, where a child is not able to read well. Teachers will think the child is stupid. They will be beating the child here and there. But these are clear suffering disabilities. And so I think that teachers and educators must know that it's not only those who have grouped in this school we're talking about who are just special, but there are students who are in our main schools who suffer various disabilities that teachers will be beating and caning and think they are stupid, they don't know anything. But these are children who are suffering. There are children who can't sit in the classroom for 2 minutes. They will be making noise and they will walk out as if no. These are kids suffering from some disabilities we don't know. So I think we should learn. We need to learn. We should open ourselves up to learning. And if we learn, we know the needs of these children. And as Madam is saying, if we know their needs, we'll have to help them. Okay. But for now, we think they're useless. They are being ostracized. We don't need them. So nobody minds them. Nobody minds them. But for me, I think that these are human beings. And so far as we are creating the image and the likeness of God, we should go to the need of these children.
Okay. Thank you very much. We thank Reverend Father Eric Eliasson, who is the head director of the current Diocese of Sekendita Pradi, very much, and also Madame Rose Margaret Kofi, the headmistress of the Catholic Special Vocational School, for joining us this morning. We have been talking about special education, and for me, the lesson I've learned today is this: our children with special abilities are not useless. Let us therefore help them to help themselves. This has been Sektadi Catholic TV. Keep watching and God bless you.
Fijai Catholic TV, divinely inspired, fully Catholic.